Hi there, this is Sania, and thank you so much for joining me today. I am your senior support specialist here to take you through the client dispute manager software for today. So I just want to hear from you how your day has been so far. You go ahead and unmute if you want to, or you can post it in the chat to let me know how your day has been. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and you could just go ahead and post how your day has been so far. All right, let me go ahead and get my box out of the way, and we are going to jump right into our training. I need my highlighter. And awesome. You are good, productive. Awesome, awesome. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. And thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so today we are going to cover automation and setting up and putting in your website lead form and all of those good stuff. All right, so if you have questions for me, please let me know so we can cover those as well. So the first thing that you would see when you come into the software is the home/dashboard screen. You have your customers overview, your dispute process overview, and your business growth statistics. You also have the option to basically schedule a one-on-one session with us. You know you have the updates here, the green pop-up box. Don't forget Mark's meeting on Thursday. Click the link, register so that you won't miss it, and also you would be able to save your seat, and that's going to be at 6 Eastern time or 3 Pacific Standard Time. So that is going to be on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Okay, awesome, awesome. So you have the daily live training that you can always join in on or request the replay. You also have the getting started video. If you are new, you definitely want to check out these videos because this would give you a better understanding of what it is that you needed to do in terms of starting up all of those good stuff. All right. That is going to be for Mark's meeting tomorrow at 6 Eastern time, right? Or 3 Pacific Standard Time. Right, so it's just, let me go ahead and refresh so you can see. Click the link on your home screen, that green pop-up box, click it so you would be able to join in on this meeting. He's going to be talking about how to map out your customer success, how to build a credit score in 5 steps, and walking away with a plan, and also his secret onboarding gifts. So you don't want to miss that. All right, so join that. Put it in your calendars so you don't miss that one, okay? All right, awesome, awesome. For the replays, guys, if you want to have this replay for today, just go ahead and put your email address and I will send that over to you, okay? Yes, so perfect. Yeah, so we were talking about automation for today. You need to make sure that you have your website set up. Most of you are looking to get leads to come in on your website. And of course, you need a way to capture your leads to come into your website. So you have your website lead forms. Remember that you have 2 lead forms. You have one which is more generic. Let's say they wanted to just schedule a session with you. Most of your leads that's coming in, they might not know you well just yet to go ahead and select a contract. You still want to give them the option of scheduling a free consultation with you so that they can get to know you, feel you out. You can also feel them out, and you can decide which contract would be best for them. So have on your websites your website lead form so that you can capture those customers that's going to come on to your website. Actually, your leads, they're going to come on to your website, right? So let's say you have your website set up. Let's say this was where I was going to put my form. When I click on learn more, they would be brought to my website lead form screen. So I could have put this particular form on that website lead form. It's just for them to fill out the information. I want to, once they have put that information in, jump on that to reach out to them and see when would be the best time for me to set up a consultation. But I want you to be proactive where this is concerned, because I want you to be a step ahead. Of course, we're going to have this form on, but I also want you to make sure that you have your schedulers connected to the form. Now, your scheduler could be your Acuity, your Cataly, whatever scheduler system or platform that you have. Go ahead and add it in the redirect here, so that once they have filled out their information on the on your website, then they would be able to schedule an appointment with you, right? So you could have a lead form there. It's just for them to do a consultation, or you could get the one that's more advanced that has the contract. They'd be able to fill out the necessary information. So whether it's the generic lead form that you're putting on, make sure that you have your schedulers connected to it. That's important. Mainly for the generic lead form, I would say you can add the lead, not the lead form, but the schedulers on the client auto sign up. This one has the contract if you want to. Most people, what they'll do is they'll add like a thank you note or something like that on the forms, right? Or they'll redirect them to another page or something else. I want you to make sure that you add something there as your redirect, whether it's going to probably a different website or your payment page. I wouldn't want you to add the payment page here because let's say you have different contracts, it's just going to be one link that's there. So it would have been a generic link. So if you're going to add the payment links on, let's say you're not using the authorize.net and you're not using the check print option, but you're sending out your specific shopping cart link, you'd add it on the contracts. Remember where to add that. We'll talk about that later on. But I still want you to add some type of redirect, whether it's a scheduler that you're going to add there, or you're going to redirect them to go to your website on a particular page. Let's say it's some education that you're sending them to, or a thank you page. I would put the thank you message, just a little message, just to say thank you for signing up at the bottom here. So you could do that, but remember to edit your website lead forms, because you want to be able to capture your leads. Or in this case, let's say they're ready to go, they're ready to get the credit restoration and they chose the contract. Remember, this particular contract would allow them, or this particular form rather, would allow them to get the contract, go through the whole client auto sign up process without you having to send the contract to them. So that would bypass your onboarding of step one that you would do. You would just move on to step two, which is to do your credit analysis, right? So if you have your websites, make sure that you have your forms connected, whether it's the generic lead form or the client auto sign up form. They would be able to choose between the two. Some people, they'll want to have a consultation with you before they go ahead to decide on a contract. Some people, of course, they want to jump right into it. They'll go ahead and select a contract. Now, you have to decide which one of the forms you're going to add, or you could add both, right? What I have seen persons do is they'll have on a different page here, they'll have the client auto sign up, or they'll say sign up today, some kind of message, so that they would be able to put that particular client auto sign up website lead form, right? As opposed to the generic lead form that would allow them to sign up for a free consultation. So make sure your forms are added in, put your links, which is for your schedulers, so that if they want to schedule an appointment with you, they'll be able to do so. So it's important to add those there. Now, how do I go into the back end to put this code in? Let's say I have customized my colors. The width and the height is good for me. I'm ready to go ahead and put this particular website lead form. I've chosen all of my contracts. How do I go into my my backend to put this particular form up, right? What I want to do once I'm satisfied with the color and everything, I want to save And then I want to copy. So once I copy the code, whatever backend you have for your website, right? So you should be able, other than where the customers would go to see the front of your website, you have access to your backend. So you should be able to go into your backend and edit or customize your pages, right? So if you wanted to add the form, you should be able to go in, or your webmasters, they should be able to go in and add that particular code in there so that you can have your forms attached to your website. So you could create a new page, just like how I was telling you before, or your existing pages that you have, you just go in there and you can add a page if you want to, or just to edit one of the pages that you already have. What you would do is, let's say we're going to do a new one. We're going to go ahead and click add a new page. Now, this is mainly for persons who have WordPress, right? Bear in mind that if you're building out your own websites, let's say you have Wix, you might be building out from scratch everything, right? That's totally fine. You should be able to go into your backend and paste that particular code. It's going to be a little bit different. Every website backend is different, but WordPress, right across the board, they're normally the same. Whether it's with GoDaddy, HostGator, it's kind of easy to just look into the backend and find the page, so you could go ahead and add it in there. All right. So once you go ahead to create a page or edit the page, look for the word text. And then here you would paste, oops, I pasted it in the wrong section, not the title, but in the box here, you're going to paste that code so that once you paste the code in, that particular form is going to be built. So I want you to make sure that you go ahead and preview it, because sometimes we add the code in and we might need to adjust it. We might need to adjust the box, put it a little wider. Let's say we go to a website. On our website, let's say I was putting it on the homepage and I wanted it to be specific in a specific area, then I need to make sure that that box is at the right height and width. So I need to resize my form so that when I go in, it's going to be at the preferred width and height, right? So I want to go ahead and do that. Let's see what it's going to look like. Let me refresh. So I want to see what it looks like once I refresh. I did not save it, so I need to paste the code. Visual. No, let me copy here again, because I did not save that one. So go back to text here. And I'm pasting. And of course, you want to save the draft so that it saves it for you. You should be able to see exactly how it looks. Make sure that the height and the width is there. Go ahead and look at the templates that you have already selected. Make sure the colors line up with your colors on your website. So you want to do those little tweaks so that you can add it in your backend, right? So it's important that you do that. If you are not good with that part, you can get a webmaster to help you to basically fix it up. So I want you to make sure that you have your forms connected, whether it's a generic one or the client auto sign up lead form. All right. Do I have any questions so far? Are we all good? All good with that? Or any questions outside of the integration that we're covering today? Go ahead and unmute and let me know. Or you could post it in the chat. All right. In a sense, yes, in a sense, if you have WordPress, you should be able to go in and edit that if you need to, right? This is if you're setting up the website lead form, you should be able to know how to go in. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to go into the WordPress because WordPress might have a WordPress builder, so it can get technical, right? But let's say it's a generic WordPress account, probably with GoDaddy, Blue Hosting, or HostGator. you should be able to go in and edit it on your website. You have to have your backend to be able to go in and know where to put it, because sometimes we go in there and we mess it up totally. If you're not confident to do that, don't go in there to add it in, right? But you should be able to go in. Normally it's under text that you would put the code. Once you go ahead to preview it, you can preview or save the draft and then preview to see how it looks. Go ahead and do that, whether it is the client auto sign up form that you're adding on or your website lead form, right? So you have two forms. You can add both, or you could just choose to add one. Okay. All right, I hope that answered your question. All right, all right. Okay, so we're all good with that part, right? So I'm not good with WordPress or anything like that. I just know how to go to the backend for this one. Remember, every screen that you go to, there's going to be a video to show you exactly how to do it. Or if you get your webmaster, they would be able to go in and do the changes for you. I think I have a question. Someone wanted to say something. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Xenia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Fran?
Good. So I have been wanting to really know exactly how to get into WordPress and, do changes on my website, do changes on the back
Yes.
end of the client dispute manager that will kind of show on my website by myself, because the webmaster we use out of India, Aman, whatever the hell his name is,
Yeah.
he's getting very, very greedy.
Hmm.
um he actually have a lot of set up quite a few things for me, but he always, like, he doesn't pay attention. I have the wrong phone number on my website at one time for a long time, and I didn't even notice that. And then you know how where you go to frequently ask questions, and then you will input your phone number. If somebody said, okay, they have a questions, how should I get in contact with you, and we kind of like, we put my phone number. So
Right.
that phone number compared to the phone number that was displayed on my website was different. But to
Mhm.
make the story short, I had asked him, I paid him to set up my to do the linking with the client dispute manager and my actual
Right.
website. So that was supposed to be fixed. So recently I had to make some changes, and he sent me a bill of $80. And I asked him, why am I being charged $80 for what? The website itself is, it was $300. Why I'm paying almost, a quarter of that just
Right.
for a few things you fix. And then he was telling me how he works $9 an hour, and everything that I asked him to do to fix, he
Mhm.
spent an hour doing them. So I want to do my own things because I know it's rather easy.
Relatively easy. Yeah.
Yeah, then going to him, because he's actually really whipping us off. And I
Mhm.
don't know, we don't have, I think, client dispute manager like Mark doesn't have to continue using him because he's getting very, very greedy. And I had paid him just a few months ago $60, and then now he sent me a bill for $80, which I'm not gonna pay.
Right.
So yeah, so I'm actually happy that that's what we are on today. But I
Right.
do need to know how to, where to go
Hmm.
to get, to in
To
the
edit.
client dispute manager, to do everything so they can show on my website.
All
Like
right.
even adding a new page, I think that's very easy, but I just need to know the steps.
Where to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
You have your computer up right now, right?
I'm using my iPad. Yes.
Okay. Do you have access to the back end of your website? So it's going to look a little bit different from the main page. Of course, I don't know if you've ever logged in from your website, right?
I,
Sometimes it will show you the login, but you would have to have the admin's login backend.
I don't have that.
All right, I may need to check with I may need to send me your email address and phone number so I could just call you right after.
Okay.
I'll just show you what to do. But I'm going to show you a review right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's GoDaddy that you have, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. All right, so when you log into your backend, it's gonna be displayed here. Let's go here. I'm gonna leave here.
When you mean back end, is it my regular website? And I don't
Right,
know what the back end is.
the backend for your website. So you have GoDaddy, so you should be able to log into your GoDaddy
Could I? Mm-hmm.
and log in and click on your hosting, so you could go into the backend to do your changes.
Ah, okay, okay.
Right? So
Mm-hmm.
when you come in, it's going to look probably similar to this. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to look for pages, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you want to add a new page, you just go here to click on that and add a new page. But you already have existing pages. So you click on all pages. This is going to list out all of the pages that you have. More than likely, yours is going to stay home and such. It's going to have all of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
What you want to do is to go in. If you're adding a new page as well, you can add the new page from here.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. But
Mm-hmm.
whatever title that you have for the different pages that's already existing, you should be able to go in and do an edit from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
View it
Yes.
if you want to, and then you can click on edits to go ahead and do the edits, right?
Okay. Yes.
Be careful when you click on your pages. I don't want you to just, whatever you're going to do, you have to memorize what you did, right? Because you need to, if you need to backtrack what you did, you should be able to know how to go back to what you did, right? So when you go in and you click on edit, if it is that you want to view the page first, view it, so you can go ahead to click the edit, then you do the changes, right? So if it's the title or the numbers that you want to change, you just go to the page and view it first, then you click on edit so you can go in and do the changes.
Okay.
Listen, YouTube University never fails me, right? I always go to YouTube and just check if I'm not sure. I put in exactly what I'm trying to do, and then I try to replicate it. So have up different screens if you can, to just try to help you where to navigate to. It's going to be trial and error. So just go ahead and just try bits and pieces. Don't publish until you're completely sure that whatever you fix is done, then you publish it, right? You just want to
Yeah.
keep it in the preview mode, and then you do your changes.
Okay.
All right. But
Okay.
I'll talk to you afterwards.
Okay. I'm liking that so far.
All
Okay.
right. No problem. No problem. All right. Perfect. Perfect. I hope you guys are getting how to go into your backend, how to do the editings. We can always go into our backends and do the editings ourselves. It's just a matter of getting used to it. I like it when you do go in so you could see what you have in there. So if you need to do your change, it's just a little change that you have to do. You should be able to go in and do that, right? And remember, as I said, you have different videos to show you exactly what you need to do. All right. All right. So for the website coding, I also want you to check at the top left-hand side. There are some videos to show you there in the meantime. All right, Fran? You can look at these as well, and it would help you to know what to do. But we'll talk afterwards.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Do I have any more questions? Any more questions? All right.
Yes, I have. Can you hear me? Because I'm on the.
Yes, I can.
Hi, how are you doing?
How are you? I'm
I'm
good. How
good.
about
Thank
yourself?
you. I'm wonderful. Thank you. A couple of things with the website, and I don't know if this is the right platform to ask because I can relate to her frustration because that's with me as well. So I'm glad that you're going over this, especially by me being a new person to the business. But is there a way, or do you have literature in regards to what is included into certain packages that you offer? Because I got the package with the website, and I thought that I would have more support because I am not technically savvy like that. So I can tell you what I want. I just like for it to get it done. But I see that going through this process, I'm gonna have to get in there myself. But if I had some type of literature that can kind of tell me what's included and what's not, then I won't be wasting my time to go back and forth with my webmaster trying to get me to get the site up to where it needs to be. So as
Yes.
you're going through this is helping me. So I want to make sure that I get the replay as well. so that I can look at it. But is it some besides the training videos? Because one of the problems that I have is when I'm looking at the training videos, I can't enlarge them for me to see. So that's kind of like one of my dilemmas. So is it a different way that I can look at the videos that's larger, or how can I do that?
I'm gonna have to put it in as a suggestion for you to enlarge the videos. The whole point why we didn't want to do it is if you're working out a stream, that you be able to do it. But let's say you do pull it up like that, you wouldn't be able to work in the screen unless you have two screens, right? No literature like that to give you the step-by-step like that for the website lead form. What I would suggest that you do is if you want to, we could do a one-on-one to show you how to set up, but normally you would have to have webmasters to help you with that because it can get a little technical. What type of hosting do you have?
Oh, I have GoDaddy.
GoDaddy, okay, GoDaddy. Tell me exactly what you're trying to achieve.
Well, the website, it's the new website, so I wanted to make sure I had the lead form on there. So it was funny that you was talking on this today because I just replied back to him because he said that he needed access to the software to, I guess, get in there to pull, to link the lead forms to it. Right. And then, but I wanted to make sure that I had everything linked to, I guess, like my affiliate links and all of that linked. And then he told me that he can send me a quote. And I'm like, well, I really don't know what I need, but I just wanted the website professionally set up to where I have everything I need on the back end working properly to ensure that I don't have a problem. So that's why I was asking for like literature or anything like that, where I can make sure that I have everything set up. Because I did reach out to Fiverr, I think that's the name of it, and was speaking with them. And so a couple of them was like telling me I need to get SEO. And I'm like, okay, what is SEO? And I'm like, okay, I'm dummy when it comes down to this. So like, and then they would tell me different plugins that I needed. And I'm like, okay. Then I was getting frustrated.
I know. Okay. So they're going to give you some well, not legal jargons, but they're going to give you coding stuff that it's just going to pass over your head, right? For the SEO, you can get it. I would get it eventually. They might have told you to get an SSL. I don't know if they told you to do that to get like this to cover your website from hackers, right? So they'll tell you to get different stuff. Yeah, you can get someone to do it for you if you are there. But let's say you wanted to be hands-on with the templates that you have. Which plan are you currently on, if you don't mind me asking?
You said which plan?
Yeah.
I got, before is the package that I got from you guys.
Right.
I had the yearly plan.
Okay, so you do get a free website with that. Did you choose the template that you wanted?
I did.
All right. So you have your hosting. You already got your hosting in your domain, right?
Yep, domain, hosting, everything is ready. It's just now I just need to make sure that the website is, it's functional.
Okay. All right, so normally he has to do the installation for you because that can be technical. So if you allow him to do that part, that's totally fine. I want to walk you through, of course, to go into your backend, you need the login username and password. First things that you do is, well, he should have the links to be able to add the client portal and the affiliate portal link to your website, right? So if he does the installation, he'll put the links in for you for the client portal and the affiliate portal. Now, outside of that, he'll charge you to do the editings for the website lead form because the color and all of that, the size, how you want it to be. That's why I say, if you know how to, or let's say you are okay with going through the videos and knowing exactly how to do it, then I want you to be comfortable to do that because it could mean that you would need to go in and do a simple edit, which of course wouldn't cost you too much if you do it for yourself, right? So once he does the installation for you, you have your colors and all, right? Are you still with me? Tamisa? All right, did I lose you? Let me see.
I'm here. You were cutting in and out, but I think I heard you for the most part.
Oh no, so you have your colors and all, right?
Yeah, I have everything. Everything is ready to go. I just need to link like the links and stuff from the back end onto the website. And then I can go in there and do like the small edit changes. I can do that.
Yes.
That's no problem. It was just the main stuff that I didn't know how to do. And I don't
Right.
have a second lap, but I can do it off of, okay, never mind. Go ahead, because I don't want to hold up the class.
No
But
problem.
yeah,
Is it
that's
installed?
okay.
The website is already installed?
Yeah, it's already installed. It's already up. When you Google it, you
You're
can
good
see it.
now.
And then today, when he responded, he said that he was going to change the colors. But I wanted to. Then he asked me for the login for the affiliate and stuff for all of that, I guess. So I guess I really don't need him for anything else. And then I can go in there and look at the videos and stuff to incorporate the additional stuff that I want to incorporate.
Yeah. Yeah, I want you to be comfortable to go into the back end just in the event that you need to do changes. Let's say you want to add a promo or you wanted to revamp your website, then you should know how to do it, right?
Right.
Once you go in there, it's going to look like this because you have GoDaddy WordPress. Look for pages, right? Look for pages. Sometimes there's going to be links that you can go into if you wanted to add a link in a different section, or you wanted to add additional info. There's just different parts that you would have to take some time to go in and look at. If you can, other than the videos that's inside of the software, I want you to go to YouTube and just be specific in putting in the lines there. But for the pages that you're editing, you just click on pages and then you look for the title of where you want it to go, and then you can do your editings. All right.
Awesome.
And then don't if you're doing your editings, don't publish it until you've previewed, check to make sure everything is in line, the box is in line, the text is in line, all of that is in line before you publish. Do all of your editings, preview it on the phone mode and the laptop mode, and then you go ahead to publish it afterwards. All right. But normally he would have to do the installation part for you, but you could always go into the back end to do your changes if you need to. All right.
Okay. All right. And one last question. They
Yes.
told me that I did not have the SSL. Is that what you were talking about that we need to get?
SSL to protect the website.
Uh-huh.
You can get it eventually because if you don't have it, just like how you see it here where it says, well, it's basically secured, yours is going to show as unsecured or not secured when your customers or anybody goes to it, right? And if there's hackers or anything to try to take your page down or something like that, it wouldn't be covered because you wouldn't have SSL on it, right? So it's just for protection. So eventually you can get it on. Okay.
Okay.
But just take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Thank you.
You are most welcome. All right. There's a lot of things that goes into your business. Trust me. But I want you to take your time, build little by little as you go, and you'll see how everything comes together, right? Don't rush it because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with a lot of different things. And of course, you're spending a lot of money that you're not seeing an overturn on. I just want you to take your time and do it little by little, and then you'll see the good results, right? So every part of the business, you have to put a little bit of extra work in there. I like to put a little elbow grease in it and put my own touch on it. Just take your time, all right? Do I have any questions? Any questions before I show you? All good? All right, all good, all good. All right, perfect. So we have covered the forms, how to go in and how to add it. Remember, make sure that your colors are the same, right? For your website. It doesn't necessarily have to be precise, but you don't want the color with the website lead form to be off with the color that you have it. You don't want anything clashing, right? So try to be as close to the colors as possible. look at your color picker. You can download your color picker to match the colors that you already have so that you can get the right colors. Have a fresh set of eyes going in to look at the form. Sometimes we do it and we say, oh, it's beautiful. And then someone goes on it and they're like, I can't see the text, or it doesn't look good, right? So when you do the changes, let someone review it and tell you, give your the feedback, and then you can go ahead and do that. Don't forget as well to add your schedulers onto your forms. Once you go ahead and add it, make sure that you save it, and then you should be good where that is concerned, right? Where the SEO is concerned, of course, we want to do the analytics and all of that. Eventually you can get it up, but I want you to just take it in strides, right? Don't forget to make sure that your forms, not your forms, but your links are connected to your website. That is your client's portal and your affiliates portal link. This means that you could always redirect them to go to your website. You could always say, oh, go to my website and log in from my website to the client's portal or the affiliates portal, right? So you should be able to direct them from there. You also want to get traffic there. Make sure that you have your social media platforms connected to your website, that it's visible. And if you can, add some testimonials on there. I know some of you are new. You might not have it just yet, but if you can add the education for now, and then eventually you add the testimonials, go ahead and do so, right? You want to create great content where your customers are seeing value, your leads are seeing value. And then of course, if you can, remember that I tell you to make sure that you have some type of freebie that you can offer. Go ahead and do those little things on your website. It's just the little things that makes the most out of your advertising. All right. Let me see. Does he charge to install? Not to install. If all right, let me clarify that. If he is, let's say you got the free, you got what the $199 or the yearly, you get it installed for free, right? But any other changes outside of that, he'll charge you for it. So if you're getting like a new form that you're trying to add, or you're trying to install a form, or you're trying to add some kind of SEO or something like that, or you wanted to change the colors or the text or something like that, other than the free text changes. So let's say your company name needs to be changed, email address, those would have been considered as the 5 text changes. So outside of that, he would charge for it. But for installation, he doesn't charge for installation of the website. All right, because the websites come free with the packages that you have. If you buy it for the $347 one-time fee, we still install it for free for you. All right. All right. I hope that answered your question. All right, you are most welcome. Brett, unmute for me. Yes, 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 please, on your website. Yes, if you can, put it on your FAQ. I want you to make sure that you are outlining those information on your websites, right? So Brett is talking about, he applied for the merchant's provider. Normally they'll ask you for your website, right? Your website has to have certain information on it. So like the pricing, the privacy policy, refund policy, certain things needs to be on your website as a full disclosure. So you have to make sure that you've added those information on your website, right? Your policies should be there. Your terms of conditions should be there. So you have to make sure that that is outlined on your website. Are you building out your own website? Okay, yes, yes, please go ahead and add that information on, right? You can put it underneath the privacy part. Make sure that it is clear, because at the end of the day, other than them requesting it, you need to make sure that it's outlined everywhere in your contracts, on your website, full disclosure, so that nobody can say you did not have it in in your contracts or on your website. All right. So please make sure that you have those information there. All right. Yes, you have templates. We have 23 templates that you can look at. Let me just close out some of these to go back. So these are our 23 templates that you can choose from. Once you decide, you could get it for $347 one time, or if you have the $199 or the yearly, you get the template for free, right? You just need to get your hosting and your domain name. We do the installation. Sometimes when you go to some of these platforms, they'll ask you if you want SSL, they'll ask if you want SEO. You can add it on it, but it's not a necessity that you have to get right then and there, right? You just need the domain and hosting for now. Let us upload it for you, and then you can always add stuff additionally to it afterwards, all right? So you have templates that you can look at. These are templates that have contents there. It might be hard to build out because of course you have to be really good. You have to get good information on the website. And of course, make sure you have your disclaimers on your website. You don't want to miss out any information there. Okay, you're talking about terms of condition on the templates that we have. Yeah, if you can, just go ahead to, you can look into your contracts. I would still want you to have a lawyer look over it, because remember that your state does require different things. So for your policies, your terms of condition, I need you to make sure that you have someone to review it. All right, Brad? All right, all good? Okay, awesome. So do you need hosting outside of the software? Yes. If we're going to install the website for you, you need to get your hosting and your domain name. The hosting is just the platform online that you would put up the website template on. The domain name is the name of the website or your company name, right? So yeah, you need hosting and your domain name. And then you can add additional stuff to it, like the SSL and all of the other things. All right, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. For those of you who are going to apply for merchants providers, regardless if you're not applying for it, I still want you to make sure that you have all of those disclaimers on your websites. All right, have it on your website, have it on your different platforms, because at the end of the day, you need to protect yourself. And of course, we're going to protect our clients as well, so that they know, they're in the know of it. But you definitely want to have the information reflecting on your websites. All right. Just to be clear, that info that Brett asked for, it already comes with it. Yes. Go into your template, look at the more than likely it's going to be underneath your privacy section. All right, so all of our templates would have the privacy and terms of condition on the websites, because normally when you go to merchants providers, you go to any bank, normally they ask you for your website, because they want to make sure that your contracts have that disclosure and your websites have those disclosures as well. If you go to the credit monitoring companies and you're trying to rebrand or co-brand, they're going to also ask you for the websites as well. So you have to make sure that you have those clauses disclosed on your websites. All right. Okay, just checking chat, guys. Bobby, for not using one of your templates, where can we get that information? You can always do a little bit of research. Again, your states, you have to take that into consideration. I would want you to, best advise is to go to a lawyer to look over that, so that they can give you the right information. Inside of your software, there are resources that you can always look at, and in the contracts as well, there are resources. But I still want you to make sure that your lawyer looks over it. All right. I'm just trying to find out where additionally inside of your contracts. Look at it. There are some terms of condition in there. Other than that, trying to remember where else you can go to get that. I will have to reach out to you, Bobby. Send me your email address so I can send you some additional info, okay? All right, perfect. Still have the lawyer look over it because you need a lawyer to make sure that you're in guideline with your states, all right? All right, perfect. Questions? Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. You're in Texas, yeah. Some states, they can get really technical, so I still want you to make sure that you have a lawyer look over it, all right? All right, and for those of you who are in Atlanta, please, whatever you do, please have a lawyer go over to look on that, okay? All right, perfect, yes. All right, don't forget to check your state by state laws. And of course, you have your surety bonds. Make sure that you have your surety bonds already in place, or you're looking to get it in place. Those are things that I needed to make sure that you have checked off your list, okay? All right, yes, definitely. Check your email page. I sent it right before the meeting to yesterday, Monday. I need to send for today. All right, Paige? All right, perfect. All right, let me see. You are most welcome, you're most welcome. All right, so we're talking about other automations that you might be thinking about. Let's say you already have your website set up. You kind of want to automate your system. You kind of want to scale your business. I need you to make sure that you look at your notification/automation. If it is that you are thinking of automating your process, let's say you need to spend less time doing certain tasks, remember that you have Zapier automation that you can set up, right? Eventually you want to go down this route because you're going to start to get bigger and you need to be spending less time doing something that could be automated, right? So Zapier is a way for you to connect with different platforms that don't necessarily talk together. Because of Zapier, it would allow you to connect with other platforms, right? So if you want to do a task, let's say you have your Facebook ads and your clients are going to be coming from your Facebook ad, you have the Zap there to go to your scheduler. They want to schedule an appointment with you. You can set up the appointment in your Acuity. That is another process that would have been done. Let's say you wanted for them to be added into the software. That is another process in that one stretch that would have been done. And then from the software, they could have been added into your MailChimp or your Active Campaign, right? So this is a good way for you to automate a task. Let's say you wanted to set up billing. Zapier is another way for you to go outside of the software that you can do. So this is something that I want you guys to look into when you start to get bigger. Yes. Try the free trial for Zapier. You already have Acuity, right? You can set it up that way just to see how the process looks. Test it to see if this is something that you want to do, and you can. I want you to think large scale because I need you guys to automate the processes that you're doing so you don't have to focus too much time doing one thing. This is going to help you, right? I need you to also create contents to go in your MailChimp if you have it, your Active Campaign, so that you can automate your process as well, right? So Zapier is a good platform that you can connect. You would get the Zapier and whatever platform. Most of you would already have other platforms. You just don't know that they can be connected. Just go into your Zapier backend trial version, and then eventually you can get the paid version. But you should be able to set up your Zaps because you have this here. So if you want to add a new customer, that's being pulled from the software as a lead into your active campaign because you want to nurture them, because you have some emails already set up in your active campaign or in your MailChimp. You could always do that. Let's say you want them to come from your schedulers. They've set up the appointment. You want to add them into your software. You have different platforms that you can connect together. All you have to do is connect the apps with each other. You have to put in the API and the secret code with the different platforms. Then you would go ahead to create the task. And then you should be good, right? So you have to create the triggers so that the Zapier can talk to whatever platforms you have to pull that information in. So you're going to have different functions or different tasks that you can create in Zapier, right? So I just want you to look at what you have, and then you can go from there, all right? There's tons of platforms that you probably would not have thought about. Let's say you wanted your schedulers, all of your schedules to be added to your Google Sheets. That's something that you can do. You want your MailChimp subscribers to be added to your schedulers. There's tons of different applications that you can use Zapier for, right? Outside of the software, right? So I want you to look at what you have and then go from there. Some of you might not have the merchants provider just yet, and you have QuickBooks. Look at what you have. You have different payment options or platforms that you can connect. You just need to go in and set that up, right? So look at what you have, and then you go from there. So new customer, this customer, you want them to get an invoice, you want for them to pay for something, then these are things that you can set up with QuickBooks, all right? So look at what you have, and then you can set up your triggers. All right, I hope that made sense for those of you who are thinking of adding the automation. Let me know if you're all good with that. Let's say you want a little bit more info on it. Let me know. And then Twilio is another thing that you can connect with Zapier. Or let's say you already have Twilio, but you don't have Zapier just yet, but you want to send out texts from the software. That is another automation as well, right? So once you have your Twilio, they're going to ask you to get a number. Most of you would need a business number, so you could get Twilio to provide you with a company number for you to use. You can send out text to your customers using that number, and they can reply to you through the software if you have it set up. So other than the Zapier automation, let's say you're not there just yet, but you definitely want to send out text to your customers and you want them to reply, get Twilio so you could go ahead and send text to your customers. This is one of the easiest way for you to communicate with your customers, right? Normally we send out the emails and they'll take a little while. Normally they have their phones on, they'll just quickly send us a text. We can always send them a text. So you have this option as well as an integration. All right, so look at the different options that you have. You might not be there just yet. You just want to simply use the software. You can always send messages from the software to your customers. They'll go to the client's portal, or they can reply to you from the client's portal, and it's going to be sent to you in the software and also in your emails, right? So if you're not there just yet with automations and scaling the business just yet, you're just starting out, remember you have the software to help you with that. And don't forget that you need to make sure that you set up your automations for your emails that's going out to your active clients. Other than those emails, I want you to also create custom templates so you can send it out individually to the leads that you have, right? So inside of your emailing backend, that's underneath manage email, make sure that you have some templates there. You have resources that you can take bits and pieces from. Go to your manage portal content, copy some of the information from there. Underneath the training section, go into your educational section and you can review those information as well, right? So that is important for you to look into. Now, I want to also mention that we have the Online Dispute Summit that's coming up. on February 20. Make sure that you have your tickets so that you can join in on that. There's going to be 8 great speakers. So you don't want to miss this, right? So if you need to know how to dispute, you're not there just yet. When it comes to disputing, you're going to have a lawyer coming on. So you don't want to miss this. These are some of our specialists that have their business. They have started with us from the start. Of course, they started with us, yeah, and they have blossomed really good into their businesses. So we want you to reach that status as well. So our lawyer is going to come in. He's going to talk about all of those stuff, how to dispute with collectors and creditors. What do you need to be saying? What he has seen, what his experience has been. So you definitely want to join that. All right. So if you want that info, I'm gonna just paste it in here for you to review. And then don't forget as well that on Thursday, you guys need to join in on that free session with Mark, so you guys can network as well and get some additional info, right? For the online dispute summit, it depends. You have the general admission, that is going to be $37. You won't get the replay for that, but the VIP package, this allows you to get the replay. You have access to guides, and you have the slides as well, so you could definitely do that. For those who don't have the yearly plan, this is the elite plan. You'll get the software with the resources as well, right? So this is something you can look into. You don't want to miss this, because this is just really good information that you want to get on board with, right? There's a lot of new information coming in, so we need to make sure that we have that covered. All right. All right, awesome. Do I have any questions so far? We are all good. Don't forget, send me your email address so I can send you the replay. For those of you who I asked for the emails, please, please, please put a line so I can remember what it is that you told me that you needed some assistance with, okay? All right, Brett, you're all good? All right, let me know if you're good, Brett. Okay, no problem. Awesome. All right, guys, this is going to wrap up our session. I hope I helped you today. I don't see, let me see. I don't see, Bobby, I have your email address. Fran, we need, no, I think I have it already. All right, I think we should be good. I think we should be good. All right, perfect. Yes, I will send you the emails for the replay. For those of you I need to reach out to, make sure that you put your email address and phone number so I can reach out to you afterwards, okay? Please, 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 because, all right, did I miss a question? If I did miss a question, just unmute real quick and let me know if I did. There are a few chats in here.
Xenia, are you going to call me after this?
Yes, please. Phone number, put the phone number privately.
I already sent it. I sent my business number. It's not a problem.
No problem. Okay. Yeah.
Anyone in here can call me for credit. That's fine.
That's right. That's right. Of course. And then, of course, I want you guys to network with each other. So that's important. Okay.
Yeah.
So please network, guys. Networking is key. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go today. Thank you so much for joining me. It is always a pleasure taking you through the system and covering your questions. Yes.
I still want the replay as well, because I missed the beginning.
Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll get that over to you, okay?
All right.
No problem, no problem. Wait, let me just post this here. All right, good, got it, got it. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. I do appreciate it. My name is Sanya. I am your senior support specialist. You do have a great one, okay? You take care. Bye-bye.